What's up guys, it's the Devil's Talent here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at EU DreamHack Finals with two of the best players in the world, BenjyFishy and 100 Thieves, MrSavage, en route to a third place performance in stacked EU Finals, and I'm going to be talking about how they were so successful in their last game, skyrocketing them in the top 5 with an absolute epic and clutch victory royale. But before I get into this VOD review, guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright, on the screen we have BenjyFishy's POV. They are landing the ruins, and this is game number 6 of 6 in DreamHack Finals. They have a massive game pop off and catapult into the top 5 with a clutch victory royale in the last game. They're going to be contested off spawn. They were up pretty high in the tournament. Could be some possible griefers. Did not see a ton of the games. This is actually from today's earlier gameplay, straight recorded from BenjyFishy's stream. But not the best on materials to start off this fight. Okay loot with a combat. Unfortunately, you would prefer a pump. Notice how Benji here is playing very slow, kind of waiting for Savage to get over to him, and he makes kind of a little solo isolated push, but it's very cautious and protected. 15 actually ends up losing that trade due to the opponent having a blue pump, but he comms here what the opponents have, that they have a pump and a combat. Good comms that he's getting pumped. He gets hit for a little bit. 15, and then they trade again, the power of the pump. Really great job from Savage to get a nice little crack with his pump, and they get him. I don't know if these opponents had no mats. They shake him down, which I probably wouldn't have advised with just how little health he had. But Savage just absolutely dominates that opponent, and it's a quick off-spawn fight win. They end up taking this entire POI as allowed them to get loot and pretty much prepare for endgame. We're just going to skip on through right here. Alright, we are now in mid-game. We're looking at a purple scar and a green pump for Benji. Savage is riding along with him, and there's another car actually rotating next to him, and they're kind of getting held by the lobby, unfortunately. So they initiate this box fight. Savage gets cracked, but it's okay. Look at their utility, 4 floppers. Nice little 50 crack from Benji right there. Really good comms. He says, let me heal them. We can splash first. That way they can get more materials. Now they're pressuring these opponents next to them. And I like how very passive and cautious this kind of push is. Just because of how far they are from the zone, having extra mats would be really good. Benji slowly kind of retakes over their old tarp. Notice how just cone peeking for information. They're already thinking what they could do. We could go above them, do a cash pad play. But they're going to be on edge. They already know for sure that they're not going to get zone here. So they're already knowing they're going to have to rotate. Good comms right here. Savage, this kid from behind got cracked. They have to rotate right in. Possible pick. Good comms. He says he's going to go down one so that he can not worry about pressure since they're in wood. Really great job from Savage right there to get that shotgun finish. Good recognition. Again, their early positioning rewarded them. They picked off a team. Really great job from right here. Let's just talk about what they do right here. So Benji kind of holds for Savage when they're might getting sprayed because they just realized they got to finish. And so now they have a ton of extra materials to play with. And now they're going to go up and isolate the solo. He's probably going to edit out top. Good recognition that he's in the cone. Spray, and then beautiful one pump to bait him out into spray. That guy is almost 100% screwed. That opponent should have edited down. And now look, they're absolutely stacked for this end game. They have tons of extra mats to play with. They got, look, at Benji's crash pads. He now went from 2 to 4. His materials improved significantly. They obviously recognize that they are going to have to rotate here just because of their early positioning, but they don't really panic. They get 2 very, very important pickups. Now they now have a ton of bouncers as well. Now crash pads. So they kind of peak early and decide that what type of rotate they're going to make. And they make an excellent decision to rotate kind of early. This is really, really smart. They know this opponent is now a solo. And they get essentially another refresh just by landing on them. They don't really have to worry about too much. Notice how protected they are with this. Great job. And they end up picking up that solo. And they have all of these extra mats now to tarp in with, right? They pretty much just got a free 1500 to go in here. And this was such a smart call from Benji to realize that opponent was knocked. Look, he's building in hard to all the other mats with no one else going for them. And he can go back and get the loot from the previous player that was already knocked. And they end up split tarping. And you're going to see Benji smartly use all of these materials, that extra materials that they have to rotate in. And this is really, really just really crucial pickups from this duo right here. Notice they get up a layer kind of off a low ground, and he has 20 brick, but oh look, because of all of the stuff that they've done, oh, it refreshes it all. So really good utilization of all of these extra materials, and you're going to see he just kind of tarps in more and more and more. And they play edge kind of a lower to mid ground layer. But some really, really crucial pickups. 5-4-5 going into 4th, not even to mention whatever extra that they have. Comms that, hey, we can maybe crash pad these kids down. And that's exactly what happens in an excellent full box. Really great job. And then they get him, and now they have even more of a refresh, right? More mats to play with, more possible utility. He gets a purple pump, and he gets a big to get all the way back up to max health. Really, really good job. And they do another great job of isolating the solo right here that they ended up eliminating from the duo. Beautiful. Notice that wall take holding. One breaks, one holds. Savage gets the pick up there, and they don't even end up having to go for the loot. God, this awareness from Benji is so good. On the ramp that he had previously placed, and now they have more pickup already at 8 kills. And they have a max rotate, but they have so much, right? They have 7 bouncers, 3 crashes. And using kind of an old style protected crash. They get it forward. And they're very, very, very good right here. And then they double crash pad off the recycled. He gets fried, unfortunately. But this was a good play to now go from a ultimate low to a very high to mid ground layer. He said he's got... This is a smart attempt right here. Trying to crash pad height, but the opponent's really smart to recognize that. That would be... They make a smart comp from Savage. There's only one. They end up actually taking this height here early and going in. Now, taking a height here early is sometimes not beneficial, but due to their loadout, they don't have shocks. So taking height early is definitely a smart decision. They have a ton of mats. Savage ends up getting a little bit too split for my liking. Look at his health. His HP is very, very significantly low. They realize that they give zone pullback, and now they're in a powered position. Really good stuff. And so they get height here. They have bouncers to get ahead. And they're going to do an excellent job of maintaining this high ground due to their significant mat advantage to most of the lobby. Because again, all of these pickups that they got in early mid game, and now towards the later end of the mid game as well, getting to two crucial big pickups. And you're going to see they actually don't get... That was really unfortunate that him to get cracked that hard from someone flying through. But look at that nice connect from Savage right there. They're going to sit up there and hide and pretty much just spray the whole lobby. They actually don't, unfortunately, don't get a ton of kills from this position. You're going to see Benji crack a significant amount of players. So they tell Savage to stay ahead. Nice, a little bit. Excellent split. Good comms. I'm going down over here. And you're going to see Benji just continue to fry kids out of there. Unfortunately, not really getting too, not getting an impact. Notice how immediately he switched from wood to brick once he realized he was getting pressured. He just didn't want to waste his hard mats with Savage already being ahead. Savage does get a knock right there. They bounce her across. And due to being on height, they have a significant mats advantage. So they immediately decide to crank for the height that they still had. And oh, look, they maintained it. Savage getting another pickup. And this is what height can do. It's a 52 white. Unfortunately, not able to finish. Good comms. I'm going to bounce her across. And get up on a very, very good layer again. And they're kind of maintaining height. Just exactly what they do. They haven't relinquished height since the start of 5th. And they made it through 1-6. Going into 7th. They're pretty much just spraying all through. They're doing such a good job. I haven't seen any shockwave plays, which is also going to be extremely fortunate, right? That's kind of Height's biggest nemesis is shockwave plays. But they good understanding of their loot that the best way for them to take height was take it early and maintain it with their significant amount of mats and bouncers. Because if they played a lower layer, they more than likely would not have a significantly high win condition. Because they don't have any ways to just cycle up to height. There's going to be very few opportunities. They don't have explosive, you know, any rockets from Coral to take anything down or shocks. Again, they're just doing a great job of pressuring the entire lobby. Wearing the same type of skin, so he assumes that that is the people ahead of them. Unfortunately, he ended up building there by habit. If he actually would have built, he wouldn't have taken any fall damage. He would have hit that crash pad. But 2 builds. They're going to 9th, but notice how they've maintained the entire height, the last 4 zones. Good recognition. There's only 7 players remaining total in the match, and they're still just pressuring, trying to burn through everyone's mats. Yep, they said they need to get this kill. Unfortunately, we're 1 kill short. Good comms, good comms. Hey, there's 2. Go up, go up, go up. We don't want to take that as a solo. He can't play heal game. Good comms, recognizing that he pretty much has no chance of winning a heal off. He's going to do an excellent job. You're going to see a very, very Benji-esque clutch. 0 match. And then they exactly, it's super smart. They kind of create a little bit of a pinch. He's going to go out in front, exactly cut them off. Guy edits out and a huge crack. And this, he gets just enough materials to create space, allowing him to get the finish. And then the other opponent dies. And an insane clutch performance. They were at 188, I believe, at the beginning, and they end up with 303 with 12 kills and a victory royale, which skyrocketed them up the leaderboard. I believe they would have finished somewhere around maybe 10 to 15, but they end up skyrocketing, going to a top 5. Overall, the biggest takeaway from this VOD review is understanding your advantages that you have and maximizing them. Benji and Savage realized that they probably had more materials than anyone. They didn't have shocks, and if they wanted to make a height play, it was better to do it early rather than later when they have had to expand a bunch of mats and play a worse layer. Again, high ground allows you to conserve materials with them only running out of mats until they reach 9th. Fortunately, not being contested by any team that had floppers to make a flapper play, which isn't too common anymore, but mainly the biggest detriment is shocks, but none of the lobby really had shocks to take advantage of that, and them deciding to take height early and capitalize on those significant mid-game frags allowed them to cultivate and have those materials late that allowed them to last all as long as they did, and a very, very big clutch one pump from Benji, and then using that little match that he had, and he was one tick to Storm to clutch up. The biggest takeaway again is just recognizing your loot pool and finding your win condition. They understood that their win condition was going to be related to the fact that they had a significant amount of materials going into moving zones because, again, of all of their mid-game pickups and frags. And they exactly played it correctly. They sprayed at everyone, pretty much griefing mats, taking off shield, wasting utility. Benji did not get any kills. Savage only picking up 2. And then Benji finally clutching up, getting the last 2 kills. I'm not sure if that last kill actually was accredited to them or not, or just simply to zone. I don't know if Savage did any damage to them. It would be really unfortunate for them that if that kill did not get accredited, because as I said before, they would be at 304, and with the Victory Royale tiebreaker would have actually netted them a little bit more money from a second place performance. But also just the clutch factor, never being down and out, going from 188 points to 303 with an absolute clutch performance in the last match was crucial to their success. They won their fight off spawn. They never panicked. Their mid game was excellent, picking up a ton of mid game frags, which is extremely difficult to do in a final setting, with the best players in EU being all around. So again, great stuff. They understand their win condition, and you need to apply that into your games as well, understanding what you can do and when it is the best to go for height, if you even have the utility or opportunity to take height. And they did an excellent job with the crash pad usage as well to get on that excellent mid to high level layer that allowed them to take height. If they had stayed low, height would have been not an option, and more than likely they would have not had a chance to win that game. They would have had to get a lot more pickups on lower, more congested layers. So really good stuff from the trio. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you in the next VOD review. Peace.